What is it?
So it was one of the factories in
Right, that's another rhyme.
in Munch's Odyssey,
Welcome back to Hearts Bros.
and Splinters is in the place where they cut down the forest.
Okay,
'Cause it's
I've
like-
never played Munch's.
So it's like a timber.
Oh,
it's like a
shit.
timber company.
Okay. Was there a bad thing going on with trees or something? Were you trying to save the rainforest?
No, like it's just a company you go to, and they produce the steroided sligs in Munch's Odyssey.
Ah! So you think maybe that's like...
It's just a nod that Munch's Odyssey is happening. Like Munch's Odyssey, I don't know how long it takes place.
Oh,
after
so
this.
it's... Okay, you think it's just a hint to another... Well, great.
Yeah.
Another part of Oddworld.
Yeah.
But it said coming soon!
Yeah, because it
So do
hasn't
you not
been built.
think Slig thingy... You know, what's the...
Sligstorm. Like,
Sligstorm. Do you think Sligstorm might be Splinters? Because you said they're the company that produces the hyped up Sligs.
Oh, it could be,
The
but
steroided up Sligs.
I think. Well, maybe. I think it
Does
could
that
just
make
be,
sense to
It
you,
could just be
though?
them nodding to the cohesive world overall.
But why would they add that in now?
I don't know.
If it
I think
wasn't based
I
on
think
plans they'd made since this was released on PS4.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
Also, check out these skills.
because you're only
Check
getting.
out the fucking skills!
They were good
Fuck yeah!
because Splinters was in Munch's Odyssey, but it's also like
Yeah, element.
I didn't recognize the company name, so maybe they might be trying to figure out if they could do more with that company. Because you don't. I don't think you destroy the company in the thing.
Well, it would make sense for Sligscape.
Yeah, Sligstorm. Yeah,
Sligscape.
Sligscape.
Fucking RuneScape for Sligs.
I really do hope they make that a Slig game though.
Yeah, man. It's just because it's the opposite side of the coin.
Yeah.
You know, the Sligs are
like
the dickhead
the
bad guys in this.
Oh, maybe
but-
they're not that dickheadish because they're, you know.
Yeah, that would be... Ever since you first told me about the idea for that game, it's been like, yeah, I want to fucking play
Well,
that.
I've been waiting for it for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like longer than that. Like as a kid, I was like, oh, that's really cool.
10 years later, it's still really cool.
Because everyone thinks the Sligs are dickheads, but they love controlling them.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
Like it's
you love
fun,
possessing them, and you love like be walking around and shooting.
and you don't get to do it that often. But like when you do, it's fun because they look cool.
I
as well.
think not being able to do it that often makes them more fun.
Yeah.
And to be okay, so like
And then the second one where they got the grenade ones, and you don't get to use them that often.
the ones with the choppers,
Yeah, they're
the
like,
flying
"Brrr."
ones. Yeah. Cool as fuck. Those guys are.
It's like,
But partly because you don't get to do them all the time.
it's like, and you see them at the start of the intro, and you're like, "What are they?" Because
Yeah.
it's obviously they were like, "Well, how do we make Sligs different in this one?" Well, let's give them a helicopter.
Well, they also did the ones where they didn't have their legs, and you start off as a
Yeah.
Slig slug,
Oh yeah, they're so cool.
and you have to get into the legs.
yeah, and they're like,
That was cool
They're
as
sleeping
shit.
in their barracks, in the Slig barracks.
Yeah.
and they're like, ah! And they're running around trying to get their legs because they can't do anything without
Yeah,
their
like
legs.
little just like wriggling around, like. And here's the thing, like that was all cool to control, but something I never ever got to control were the Gluckens.
Yeah, those are so fun as well. They
And
don't have any attacks, but they just
they
tell
just
everyone.
talk.
They just tell everyone to do everything.
Yeah,
and then you have two attacks. They have hello and do it.
Hello, do it.
And it's like it's amazing because like you spend all this
Damn it.
time
Sorry,
like,
everyone.
having to like fucking, and it's fun when you control them as well
It's
because
so fun. But again,
it's like your
I think
reward
it's
for getting
because
through
you
the tough area.
yeah, I think it's because you don't get to do it that often, which makes it fun. Which is why I'm thinking, like, now, if Sligscape is you just walk around as a Slig all the time, which, you know, I don't think that is what it actually would be. It feels like they'd still, you know, give you cool stuff
Yeah.
as a reward. They wouldn't just let you do the cool stuff all
Yeah.
the time. Like, oh, Sluggies.
Well, Sligs are like an example of a race who've been corrupted by civilization, basically.
Sligs?
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait.
The whole
The Sligs have their own society, isn't it? It's so like the hierarchy in this is Glucken's at the top, the guys in the suits, and
Yeah.
they command around the Sligs,
yeah.
and the Medockans are just like the fucking dog's bodies.
Yeah, because
doing the work.
Medockans are like quite placid,
Yeah.
even though they do have warriors as well, but their warrior culture's died out.
Okay. Why? Because it just had no use
Yeah,
for
they
it.
had no
and then
use
they
for
were,
it. Yeah, and then they were enslaved because they were really nice and they trusted the Gluckans.
Yeah.
Because the Gluckans were really friendly to them. Like they were like they enslaved them by friend like oh, if you want, like the Soulstone Brewery one is like, oh, you really like Soulstone Brew, here's some, have some, and then they got addicted to the Soulstone Brew and they get paid in Soulstone Brew because they
Yeah.
get addicted to the brew. So they're not paid in money; they're paid in brew.
Yeah, but do you think the Gluckens just have some like psychopath tendencies of like?
They just want to make money. All Gluckens care about is making money.
No. But they're making a product out of the bones of the dead.
Yeah, and then selling it back to
them. So like, you need to be a little bit gone in the head to like think that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like as if they're just a little bit inherently not caring about human rights, kind of fucking rights of other species. To be honest, it's not even. Whoa, that's just to make you a bit scared.
Yeah. But I'd also like to see like Glucken Society
Alan was quick
more.
and his jumps had great power. Also, Abe would soon be in the Great Wooden Tower.
But it's also interesting because it is like you don't really know what the Gluckens are like apart from they really like money and status.
Yeah, but what's their... Because you only... Do you ever see any Gluckens that aren't just the owners of Rupture Farms?
Yeah, you
all
see,
these businesses.
Well, they're all businessmen. You only see.
No, but yeah. So you only see
in Munch's Odyssey, you meet a lazy Mudderkin who, Glucken, sorry, and the whole plot of that game is you need to get the last kind of Gabiar, which is
which game is this?
Munch's Odyssey. This is
okay, yeah.
So the whole part of the game is to try and because you play a Gabbit, which is like an amphibian, and he's the last one, and the whole part of the game is to get the last kind of Gabiar, which they're going to auction off at a ridiculous price. So you possess this Glucken who's a lazy Glucken, and you start trying to like get all these Gluckens to give their money to him. So you make this really lazy Glucken into like a really big pimp, and then you use his money to get the last kind of Gabiar, so you save your species.
Give me the password. Password, please. Password?
They don't like that password.
Shh. Okay, get it.
Password? Listen, give me the password.
You guess. Guess that.
Yeah. Wait. So you're talking about... sorry for that silence, everyone. But you know, just trying to skill the game here. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah. So basically, the whole point of the game is
in that game. How many Gluckens do you see?
You see quite a few, but like.
Wait, is Munch? You're trying to save another Munch guy?
Munch is the last of his kind.
Okay.
Apart from this last kind of Gabiar, which is like caviar.
Okay.
And that's obviously the last eggs of his kind because he's a male.
Oh.
And there's no other creatures left.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the last kind of sardines in Futurama.
Yeah.
Except these are eggs.
Yeah.
And they're going to be auctioned off for a really high, ridiculously high price.
Yeah.
But he has no money.
Okay, is that the main aim of the game, or is it just for part of the game?
That's the main aim of the game, is to save his species.
So is Abe in danger all the time in that game, or what?
Abe's with him. Abe's helping him.
But is Abe being hunted by the Sligs and stuff? Like, what's the area you're walking around in? And how the fuck do I do this part of the
Abe gets told to meet Munch because he's part of his storyline.
Okay, what's like going on with Abe? What's going on with Abe at that
Abe's
time?
like a spiritual leader at this point.
In the Mudderkin culture?
Yeah.
Is he being hunted down by the...
No, he's
Rupture Farms blew up.
He's basically become like a rebel faction leader to get rid of...
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, but it's out there.
Yeah, no, but like... If they're watching a playthrough of a game,
yeah,
and it's like, I don't know what this game is. It's pretty cool. I'll watch it, and then you like reveal all the story of the future.
Yeah, this is the very start, first level.
It's like when we were doing there we go. And is this going to be the belt? This is going to be the fucking whistle code, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's cool because I don't have to pay attention to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which you need to finish.
Yeah.
But
we're waiting for Joe. So.
Tony?
Oh, Tony didn't do it with us.
Well, I thought... So, we have a friend called Tony.
And he is, like,
and Tony
Sonic 3 and Knuckles master.
He was, like, big up on our Sonic 3 playthrough. Yeah, I said to him that he could be...
Yeah,
we'll get
it with Tony, then.
So, like... But anyway, and you were saying... We were talking about Sonic and, like, what happens in the game. And we were like, spoilers, and then you went, well, you've had 20 years to play it. Like, yeah... there are kids watching this who are probably 7.
Well, okay. But
Sorry, parents, for saying the F word a few times and the C word, but like we can't control who watches these videos. All we would say is, like, you know, parent your kids properly.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, oh, you've had 20 years, and it's not really a spoiler.
Well, yeah.
Kind of is.
I
There's
wasn't
people who don't-
saying it
Oh,
like in a
shit.
mean way though. But
I know,
like,
you're just joking around.
but,
But,
like-
I think you just didn't think, like,
Well-
oh, there are actually people who were born
Yeah.
after that game came out, and after that was the thing. Can we tell them to wait?
Wait.
Yeah. And we just came from over there. Yeah. And, you know, like, oh, wait.
Hello. Everyone. Stop. All of you. Follow me.
Come on, Alan. Right. Who, I said follow me!
Follow me.
Right. Who, you know, kind of have no idea what's going on with those old games.
yeah.
Everybody.
So, probably we've spoiled the shit out of this game. If anyone has seen,
Well, for Munch's Odyssey, there's a lot more nuisance storytelling than
Follow me.
these are. These are like so.
oh, so like basically,
What I'm saying
this
is
is why I
that-
never really liked that game because it felt like it was this every little bit
It's crafted
of
but, yeah.
context you're given because I'll
Yeah.
call it context and not story. Also, like how the fuck there was a guy over here, right? And he just killed us.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
No, but down here.
you got to possess that guy up there though. I think.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, cool. Good idea. Every little bit of context you're given, context meaning story, but you know it can mean a lot of things. Like these worlds and the
Yeah.
names of the
The thing,
thing. It's all context and like. Oh well, I died.
the thing with Munch's Odyssey was like,
Every bit of that
Yeah.
seems important and it's like a big deal, but it feels like in a 3D game where it's a longer game like that, it's like they probably have stuff that is all to an aside that doesn't really mean a lot. It's there just because it's like, well, let's
the thing with that game was it came out at the time at the very start of the Xbox's life,
yeah.
and it was kind of that point where 3D. You couldn't do like so. Say with this now, you got this vast landscape. Even though it's like it's 2D, and the previous games where they were like 2D, but like they were like pre-rendered backgrounds, so
right,
you could see it forever. But like it was at that time when you're doing a 3D game, but it didn't have the scale, the vast scale in it.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it
how
didn't
does
feel
that
like-
affect storytelling?
Well, I think because like this, a lot of the first games relied on atmosphere and stuff as well. Like it felt like a real place.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, it had everything was done in that sort of 3D. Everything was like 3D.
Yeah,
but it was
a world
also
that you walk around in.
and you walk around in, but it wasn't. It didn't feel as vast or as interesting as Oddworld
Okay.
because it was still kind of at that point where they would experiment with making 3D games.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the assets in the original Oddworld were 3D, but
Yay!
turned into sprites.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like making a 3D game, which is a completely different ball game.
Yeah. So like the first
this.
version of this, it was like very high resolution 3D, but it was all pre-rendered.
Yeah, but it also had a scale of atmosphere that you, like, you know, it
can't-
was
you
hard to
couldn't
get.
achieve with early
That was
3D.
hard to get at that point in the early Xbox and PS2's life.
Well, yeah. I will concede that. They could have made a game that wasn't 3D.
They could have done, but
Right.
it was at the time when people were like, "Dude, I don't want 2D games anymore."
Yeah.
Like, how many 2D games could you think of that were in the PS2 and Xbox area?
Dunno.
There weren't that many.
Dunno. Mr. Gorilla.
Was that era? Was it?
I think yeah, it was Mr. Gorilla. Oh, Kill the Dog? Yeah. It was I think that was PlayStation 2. I think it
Yeah.
might have been the original PlayStation actually. Okay, well I'm wrong. Anyway.
But either way, there wasn't that many, and it was kind of that point where people were like, "2D's dead, woo!"
Oh, wait, like they're happy for
It
it?
was like, well, like it.
See ya,
I
Alan.
think it. Bye, Alan.
Well, we've done that whole thing. We're about to jump into the Paramanian
Yeah.
Temple. Paramonian, sorry.
Yeah.
And we'll got any closing thoughts?
No.
Early Xbox games, meh.
Yeah.
Future now, good.
You good?
Bye.
Bye.